Hello and welcome to the Retail Journey podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Charles Greathouse.
And I am James Harris, and today we are talking to Kaity Whitmire from Sam's Club. Kaity,
hi,
welcome
y'all.
to the Retail Journey.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about this.
Yes, glad you could be here.
Yeah.
You've had an interesting journey across retail, if you would, but would love to hear a little bit about you before we get started.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I am a mom.
Let's go.
Two very precious, very wild, tiny little children at home, 6 and 3. My husband and I live in Northwest Arkansas. I'm actually a bit of a unicorn in that I was born here.
Yeah.
And I grew up in this. And I've
Same.
actually only ever worked at Sam's Club. And so
Really?
yeah, I'm a loyalist
Let's
to
go.
my core. So I have the privilege and honor of leading the wellness space for Sam's Club, which encompasses HBA, OTC, and baby. I have an absolutely brilliant team, and I've come up through merchandising. So I got to do things like I was a pharmacy technician in the local club.
Yeah.
I worked in wine and spirits, which is a really fun category.
I bet. Yeah.
I got to
Circle
learn-
back to that.
Yeah, come back to that. I got to learn about trash bags with the retail legend Tom Kinzer. So that was amazing. Got to do some finance planning. That was a time.
Yeah.
And then have kind of been in the OTC and wellness space ever since.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Finance planning, that was a time.
That
All
was a
right.
time.
Yeah, that was a time.
I learned a lot. It was great. It was one of the hardest jobs that I've ever had. Not because I had to learn how to do a budget and that type of thing, like retail math, you figure it out, right? But it was a different type of leading. You had to figure out how to lead without any actual power.
Kind of cross the line. You want to
Own the P&L.
Right.
I just support the people that own the P&L. And so that was a transition for me, but it taught me a lot about communication. It taught me a lot about cross-functional ways of working, and I think ultimately made me a much better merchant.
Well, a big part of leading is influencing.
Yep.
And if you can learn to influence when you don't have authority,
Right?
you can definitely lead when you have it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You sure can.
On the Walmart side, that's why they made all the merchant training programs. You ended as a planning analyst, which is the lowest of the totem pole, zero decision rights, just influence, focused on what the P&L says about the decisions that are being made. That was an intentional move back in the day. I think they landed associate merchant roles now, but I don't think I wanted that at the time. But yes, relish the ability to like just influence. No decision rights whatsoever.
Right. Like I remember there's I had an absolutely brilliant merchant that I supported.
Yeah.
She'd been doing it for a very long time, and she's from the Northeast. So she was just very direct in everything that she did. I'll never forget having to tell her, you can't go buy this item. You don't have any open to buy cards, right?
Close
You have
to buy.
clean up all of this
Yes.
stuff first before you can do this. And she looked at me and she was like, no.
Yeah.
And
Watch
I
me.
was like, oh, okay. So I went back to my desk and I was like, how do I go back and do this, right? And so then I quickly was like, okay, if I can get an operations perspective, like where are you going to put this, right? If I can get a liability perspective of you're not maximizing the sales that you get on this because it doesn't have space.
Yeah.
And come back with the actual plan instead of just a problem.
You can't. Yeah.
Maybe I will have a better outcome, right?
Yeah.
And so I came back and I actually had a solution that time.
Yes.
And it was a wildly different conversation. And she saw value in that. And then we were partners.
Yep.
In it, right. And so not only was I accountable to helping her make the space and do the buy, but now, she was on the hook and we had a plan. So it taught me.
That's a great lesson.
So good.
Very humbling.
Also hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
But
So
good.
you're a loyalist.
Yes.
You only worked at Sam's Club.
I'm leaving it Sam.
I have to assume this is your favorite job.
This is my favorite job.
So what pulls you out of bed every morning, gets you so excited about this job?
Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, my team. Like I have the privilege of working with the most diverse, most brilliant group of people that I've ever come in contact with. And so I get really jazzed about that because if you ask what motivates me, it's people, product, and innovation.
Yeah.
I love change. Change is hard, but I think change forces us all to think differently and do different things.
Change could also be fun.
It's so fun. There's so much energy in this space right now and just in retail in general. And you really can reinvent yourself if you have this appetite for change and you have this ability to be agile, right? And then I'm very people motivated. Like people people inspire me, people challenge me, people develop me and grow me. And so anything that I can do to interact with other people throughout the day is where I'm going to spend my time and how I'm going to get my energy.
Yeah.
And then I just love retail. Like when I was a buyer, I remember walking down the aisles and like my buy plan was like my family album. Right? Like,
I love that.
To these items that you pour your heart and soul into.
Yeah.
And to see a member respond and react, like it's personal. And it even if they don't like it, right? I want to know why you don't like that, right? How can I make it better? Because I know what the intent is and I know what the capacity of the retail environment is right now. And I just want to serve people.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. And in this kind of space, like you're serving families in a significant way. You're serving people, helping them feel better,
right.
Giving them a delight or a treat that they might not have expected. Right. Obviously surprising them with value and simple savings or whatever the current instant. Obviously it's an instant. That'd be simple. So that's really fun.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I'm manual. Like it is so cool personally when your professional side overlays with your personal mission so well. Right?
Yeah.
And Sam's Club for me feels like home. I had the opportunity to be a legacy Sam's Club child. So I very much remember being in elementary school on a flatbed on a Saturday with my dad as he did club tours. And then
awesome.
Yeah, like so retail for me day one was kind of ingrained in the blood.
Yeah.
And I never just looked at orange juice as orange juice.
Right. So that was never ruined for you. It was just never normal. There was always strategy behind the mod.
Right. The normal was like, well, why does this look interesting?
Yeah.
Why do I want to buy this? Right. Like the shopper psychology piece always really interested.
It's such a different perspective.
It is. Like
I remember when shopping was ruined for me because it went from I'm just looking for things I want to wonder why they did that.
Yeah.
Why did you? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you must be trying to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all. My friends and family will not go to the store with me, like any store.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
They're like, you are not on a mission.
Doing it for them.
Yeah, like you just constantly want to look at things, and critique things, and ask why about things. And they're like, it's not a curiosity event. This is a shopping event.
Yeah,
like we are going to buy things.
It's so funny.
So your everyday members, people that come in and Sam's every week or two, they're used to this, but maybe a few people listening aren't. Sam's Club does really well with new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had the opportunity this morning about an hour, and so I spent some time in the Bentonville Club.
Thank you.
And I don't want to compare one department to another, but I did walk the whole store, and there's so much more new in wellness than in many other places. Now, maybe that's where a lot of the trends are, right?
Yeah.
Collagen and different things that are happening at the same time. Talk about your kind of philosophy behind new, and what that means to the member, what that means to Sam's.
Yeah. So my philosophy is more newness more often, right? And I think it's as simple as that. Our members pay to shop with us, and they don't pay for necessarily. They very simply said they pay because of an item, right? They pay to shop with us because we have the very best item at the very best value. And then they keep coming back because we figured out a way to remove the friction. And we're maniacal about what that experience is and how do we drive excellence at every point in that journey, right? Wellness, I keep telling my team, wellness is on the precipice of greatness. It's one of the top 5 things on our members' minds when they walk in. And when you look at it, the wellness space is actually setting the stage for what's happening in functional food and bev. People have known about collagen and they've known about protein for a long time in the wellness space. And now you're seeing it migrate into chips, into bars, into yogurts, right?
And protein into everything.
It's into everything, right? And fiber's next. And so I take great responsibility in making sure that the wellness space at Sam's Club delivers really great treasure hunt type experiences for our members that keep them on the cutting edge of what's new, what's emerging with the best quality and value proposition that they can find anywhere in the market. And the beauty of it is we're a curated environment. And so you don't have to walk a million aisles with a million items to try and figure out what's the best of the best fiber.
Right.
There's only one, maybe 2 on the shelf.
I had that.
A hard choice for you.
I had that impression in the main kind of aisle of wellness where you've got collagen products and creatine products. And I bet the percentage of new here is greater than not just other parts of the club, but really anywhere, because you have such a reduced SKU count.
Yeah.
A really large percentage of it can surprise you every couple weeks.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the whole box is doing a great job though.
Yeah.
Right?
No, absolutely.
The entire box is really maniacally focused on items right now, and how much more newness is in the market compared to 3 years ago is insane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And all boats rise when the waters rise. And so I think what you're seeing from Sam's Club is we're really ambitious to give members reasons to come down the aisle and explore and find great items and find great solutions for different need states that they have, right? And wellness, we have a joke internally, and we say like wellness technically is SKU intensive because it's need state intensive.
Yeah.
Right. Like I have to cover everything from your headache to your multivitamin to your herbs and supplementation, all the way down to your Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just a vast assortment, and we head to toe. And it's a privilege, but it also makes it a little bit complex. And for the average person that's not engaged consistently with a healthcare professional or anything like that, it's a very intimidating space.
Yeah.
And so it's our job, and it's also the kind of unique asset that Sam's Club has, is that we're a curated environment. And so again, we drive simplicity by only having a couple of options per need state for that member.
They're just the best.
They're the best of the best.
The best options.
The best of the best.
That's and that takes a lot of knowing.
It does.
I mean, you must be curious. We talked about how you shop, and you're not fun to shop with if you're not also curious. You're just trying to buy stuff. Like, no, this isn't going to be fun for you.
Journey.
But if talk to us about like, I don't know, where does that come from? And I don't know, if someone's out there, maybe they're buying, maybe they're in the supplier world. Like, how would you encourage them to really take curiosity on behalf of the member with them? Like, what does that look like?
I think about a couple of things. Number one, you have to be member obsessed at Sam's Club. Like, I have to care about every single component of the member's interaction with an item and their experience, right? I have to constantly be curious. Latrice is really, her big take right now, Latrice is our CEO, and her big take right now is ask for more. And what's your more, right? And what we did yesterday is not good enough for today. And so even if we have a great item on the shelf, my team is going back and saying, like, how can I make this better? What's next in the evolution of this? And I think that curiosity is going to be what sets a good merchant apart from a great merchant. And, you know, the world is never going to be as slow again as it is today. And so if
that's crazy to think about.
Future, right? Then we're going to be part of the Left Behind series.
Yeah. So you kind of lean in there where items are a big focus. Companies, suppliers bring items, right?
Yes.
So we kind of break down about 50-50 of people that work in retail, people that work on the CPG side of things that listen. What's best case? What are you looking for in a supplier where you say, oh, this is somebody I can work with, I can partner with?
Yeah. Brands can be built at Sam's Club, right? And I think there's this historical notion of I've got to be X percent of the market before I can come and enter the club channel.
Yeah.
That's not the case, right? And our members pay to shop with us because of items. And if we can present an item that takes care of a need state for a member at an incredible value, they're going to buy it, right? And so as I think about what makes a really great supplier relationship, number one, they're strategic. It's not transactional. If all we're doing is transacting a PO, then we're not serving the member to the best of our ability, right?
Yeah.
And what being strategic really means is, number one, you're transparent, right? Like, I have to know what you know, and you have to know what I know, so that we can be aligned from the beginning, and we can stay aligned throughout the journey.
Yep.
The other thing is they have to be as maniacal about my member as I am, right? They have to consider the item the family album like I do, and they have to be as passionate about that. And then I think the third thing is they have to have a growth mindset. We are a growth retailer, and we are focused on growth, and they have to do that as well. And they have to think about things like capacity. They have to think about scale, right? They have to think about omni. You have to have a digital first mindset, right? And those things, while very simple and elementary, really are the steps for success for a great partnership.
Yeah. In your category, especially that digital first, there's a lot of things to research.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you're already taking, these are my 5 supplements I take every day, and I really want to try this 6th thing, but there's an overlap. There's a lot of opportunity for research. Do you see that on the site?
Oh, absolutely. Right. And it's both an exciting thing and kind of a scary thing, right? There are less and less people that we are considering medically motivated, meaning they've had an engagement with a healthcare provider coming down the aisle than ever before, because preventative wellness is on the rise.
Yep.
Everybody wants to live a healthier life. And if I can make one small step today that keeps me out of a chronic condition down the road, why would I not do that? Right?
Yep.
And so members are looking for information everywhere that they go, and they're being inundated all the time with information. It can be their neighbor Susie. It can be Betsy on social media. It can be this TikTok influencer that they just saw, right? And so I think that's, again, where a credible retailer like Sam's Club becomes really valuable because they trust us, right? And they know we're not going to put something out there that's not efficacious or that hasn't been vetted. And so really it's up to us then to make the complex simple. How do I take all of these really massive, and compelling claims about all the things that this might treat and really boil it down to say, hey, this might help with XYZ. You take it like this from a dosage standpoint, and this is the regimen, right? And if we can be very thoughtful about making the complex simple, and we can make it easy for the member, that's how we're going to win. And that's how we'll be relatable in this world of noise, to your point, where you could easily end up with 45 different things as part of your morning regimen.
Yeah. Right. I think, we often talk about, we're in Bentonville, the land of Walmart. Not too many people start off with Bentonville, the land of Sam's Club. I think we're going to start saying, we support Sam's Club and Walmart instead of Walmart and Sam's Club.
We love Sam's Club.
Well, we love Sam's Club. It's been really fun, and it's been fun to watch, different environments, different categories, different departments, and the ways that people bring things to life. But it's clear that the member trusts what Sam's Club says. This is the best. In the rest of the e-commerce world, it isn't this is the best. This is all the things. I take quite a bit of supplements as a recovering vitamin merchant. And so I believe in it, and I take them, and I love them.
It's real.
And I have died inside when some of the Spring Valley private brand items I created have been, discontinued or changed. And it's like, no, my formula, like that was awesome. Why did we change this? It's gone. That's fine. But I have a hard time now that I've been promoted to customer from Walmart Inc. My wife and I don't argue about shopping on Amazon as much. Like I certainly let's start with Walmart, please. Can we start?
Please.
Like, do you know what I do for a living? Let's start here. This is Bentonville. Come on. But there's still some times where it's like, okay, Amazon, okay, it's fine, whatever. Supplements? Absolutely not. Like you can't just buy something on Amazon. You don't know where that thing came from. It's hard, and it's getting more complex. This marketplace thing has become really complex. I'm interested in the land of, eternally long tail assortment, and you're selective and omni-channel. What's the role of e-commerce? Like help people think through, like, this isn't about an eternally long tail.
Right.
Like what does e-commerce at Sam's Club mean for the member?
Y'all, it still has to be curated, right? I mean, we know based on behavior that they don't go past the first page.
Right.
The bulk of the time.
Most of the time, not the first.
Yeah. Right. Like it still has to be a curated environment. But we also have to be cognizant of the shopper psychology behind how they interact with e-commerce, right? And the member doesn't think about it in terms of a channel, right? They think of it in terms of a shopping experience, right? And I need a certain product, and I need it in this time frame, and I need it this way. And that's going to dictate, do I go in club? Do I go online? Do I have it delivered, right? Is it okay to ship to my home? Like all of those are decision points kind of in that model. And as we think about the role of e-commerce, it is the fastest growing channel by far and away. it's also where we can do a really great job from a reach perspective. Our clubs are curated, right? And a member in Florida does not behave the same way as a member in California sometimes.
Right.
Does not behave the same way as a member in the Northeast, right? And so to come into a club is a very, very tough thing to do. Because we have to make a big bet from a productivity standpoint, and it's one in, one out kind of mentality. To come in online, what we can actually do is we can put it in front of the member where they would expect to find it, and we can figure out who the member is that's going to buy this, right? And then we can take those learnings and maybe expand into club from there. But I have way more traffic in club. I mean, the largest club is in your hand.
Yeah.
Right. And if you think about it like that changes the game, because nobody would say, I don't want to be in the largest club. Right. And so when you think about that and you think about the size of it, .com represents a significant number of clubs volume for us. And so when you go online and you have a curated environment, you can really kind of build a basket the way that you want that basket to be. We can tell the member more content about what the item is and more of it. We can show them inspiring images. Like I can show you toothpaste with a toothbrush with floss.
Yeah.
I can show you the entire 3-piece system.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Wow. And then you might say, okay, well, I didn't have floss on my list, but now I have floss on my list. Right. And so that's a better experience.
Dentists around the country are just celebrating.
They're celebrating
your ability to regimen these guys. Come on.
Is on fire. Right?
Let's go.
Which is also the barometer of your health in your body. So oral health is very important.
It's where it starts.
It's where it starts.
Saying.
But you can also see reviews from members about products. And I think that's really important too, is I want to control the story.
Different kind of verification going on with Sam's Club reviews. It carries weight.
Right. Like, these are people just like you that paid to be here. Right?
That's interesting.
And none of them are paid for because they couldn't be there. Were they not a member that bought the product?
Right.
They're authentic.
Syndicate some reviews. And so there is some syndication out there, but it's on brands or items that are at Sam's Club.
Right.
So you know that it's real and you know that it's a usage. And I think that's really important just as you go through the validation and the trust, again, behind the quality of why the item is there.
Yeah, for sure.
So going back to suppliers a little bit, so you kind of explained this is what you look for in a great partner. What about that company that says or has thought Sam's wasn't an option, and now they're hearing Sam's is an option? How do they think about how to bring value to something that sells in mass? How to think about putting that into a club environment?
Yeah, so our members tell us so we have a thing called our Members Mark community. And it's live. It's a member community where we can go out and ask them about products. We can ask them about experiences. We can be like, how do you define value? Right? So they tell us very directly, which is great. And part of that goes back to that member obsession. We literally are that obsessed that we're listening to that level of detail from our members. And when they define value, price is very important. It's twice as important as anything else, right? But they also define value as quality.
Totally.
And experience.
Yeah.
And so they give us credit for the quality.
Experience in club or experience with the product?
Both.
Oh, yeah.
Any touch point of experience. Like how was the packaging when I arrived at the shelf? Or how did it arrive to me if it was shipped to my house, right?
Yeah.
Does it tell me what it needs to do? Does it, not spill? If it's a gummy vitamin, do the gummies not all clump up at the bottom and then I can't get my hand through the top of the jar, right? All of those things. And then did I have to wait in line because I didn't have Scan and Go, which you should have Scan and Go.
You should.
But if you did wait lines, did I wait?
Use that scanning. Long, right?
That's time is money, and that takes away from the value equation for us. And so any touch point that the member has goes into that experience metric that we evaluate, and they contribute value to.
When you mentioned Scan and Go, I'm glad because I was going to bring it up because it is one of the smartest things I've ever seen a retailer do.
Yeah.
And just my personal experience with it, I'm a little bit slow with technology, a little bit of a late adapter. So I was in a club shopping one day, and just for years, you go to the thing and you check out, right? So it was since Scan and Go was an option. I'm standing there. It was around Christmas, around the holidays. Every line was pretty backed up, and then I remembered, and I pulled up the app, scanned all the stuff in my cart, and just walked out, and never have touched a register since.
Did you?
It's amazing, right?
It is beautiful.
And now you look into other retailers and you're like, wait, what? I have to wait. for this
Exactly.
line? Like, that's not optimal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the delivery's impressive. Like it works really well. Now I'm in Bentonville. So I don't know. Maybe we're really, really good here.
We're expanding.
But like, boy, are we good.
We're expanding.
Yeah.
Yes, we're expanding express delivery. There's a lot of exciting things. You think about the beauty of Sam's Club. I mean, imagine it's 3:00 in the afternoon and you're like, I did not make dinner plans. It is my wife's birthday.
You're in a bad way.
Yeah. And guess what? I'm out of XYZ, right? You can get dinner delivered. You can have a great ready meal solution, whether
It doesn't look like it came from
that
a
doesn't
restaurant.
look like it. Yeah, that it came from fast food, right? Like it's real quality ingredients at an incredible value. You can get her a diamond necklace, and then you can get your multivitamins and your toothpaste. All in the same order.
What if I've got a sick kid?
And it could be
Can
delivered
I-
in your home.
And your sauna. That was where I got hung up today. I had a hard time moving past the barrel sauna.
back and
I
do
said,
that.
this belongs in my backyard.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, it's awkward when I go in my swimsuit with a towel, but other than that, that's great.
They frown on that.
Yeah. No sampling the sauna in the club. Sure.
Buy it. No, sauna is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that so much. I mean, the ability to be very much item centric and to celebrate a really cool innovation on behalf of your member. Last time I saw you was at Expo West, one of the craziest trade shows on the planet, Natural Product Expo. Thousands of exhibitors, so much to see. A lot of those, I wonder what the conversations you had were like, but are they thinking about a curated assortment as part of their go-to-market strategy? Like what is it? How would you speak to those entrepreneurs about, guys, listen, what you're thinking about when you think of Sam's Club might not be what Sam's Club is today.
Yeah. I think so. Sam's Club in the past, right? We've been on a journey, and I think where we're at today is very different from where we've been in a positive way. Like, we are maniacally focused on items, and we care a whole heck of a lot about what the experience is behind that item and how our member interacts with it. And so when I went to Expo, like, I'm talking to, let's use a toothpaste example, right? There was a natural care toothpaste brand that we were talking to, and she was like, yeah, we're coming off of our D2C. We're thinking about retail. We don't really have an idea of where we want to go yet. And I said,
Sam's would be perfect.
have you thought about the club channel in Sam's Club? And she was like, yeah, but don't I have to be, 20% of the market before I can have a conversation? I was like, absolutely not. Like, you have so our members are obsessed with better for you products. And it's something that we've done a brilliant job from a members mark standpoint with our made without lists and things like that. And so our members are expecting a higher quality from us in the beginning, right? And we have members asking every day for alternatives that are better for you, that don't have the dyes, the fillers, all of the things. And so I was able to stand there with her and be like, I've heard directly from our members that they want a solution like this.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's really up to us to figure out, how do we bring this to life if this is the right brand and the right time. And actually, when you think about coming to retail and you start with club, it's a whole lot easier to design price pack architecture, because I can tell you what a club pack would look like that makes sense for our members. And then you can architect down from there what a retail pack might look like, and what a sample pack might look like. And what that allows you to do is come into club with a pack size that's conducive for the member at a price point that they're willing to pay for, right? Sometimes what happens if brands wait too long to do the hard work of price pack architecture on the front side, we get pack sizes that are just never going to make sense for my member, right? Yeah. And that's really hard. And so I think from a fundamental item build standpoint, that's a benefit. The second piece of this is I'm curated. And so there are a handful of toothpaste SKUs on my shelves today. And so you have the opportunity to come in and potentially be 100% of the assortment for a natural, better for you toothpaste.
Right.
That's pretty compelling, right?
To a significant member base that's engaged.
Large member base that's engaged, and they're going to give you real-time feedback, and we can scale together, right? And that's the other piece of it is I have the ability, or my team has the ability to decide how we go to market, right? Do we go to market first in a handful of clubs and online that we know that we have a high member base that's shopping your brand today? Do we start 100% online because that's the only place that anyone has ever seen your brand? And figure out who's the member that's buying it, where do they live, and then where could an in-club environment look like, right? There is not a playbook, if you will, of you have to do XYZ when you come to market.
Yeah.
We literally build that with the brands.
Curate that
to make sure.
It's not just a curated assortment. It's curated go-to-market. It's curated member care.
Journey.
Yeah.
To make sure that we're putting the very best item in the very best place for success with our member base.
Well, I think that's an important thing to kind of look at. It doesn't have to be a bigger size of a flavor that exists elsewhere. Like it can be a place to trial.
It can be.
Right? If it's it has to be on trend, it has to meet need state. But it could be the place where you put it in for a little while, it blows through. Now you know something works at Sam's Club and everywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're a great trial ground for things like testing and evolving.
And you're fast.
We're fast. We are in a Sam's Club environment, very quickly if you're going to make it or not.
The first meeting I ever had at Sam's Club would have been in like 2000. And the buyer I was talking to, she said, we roll our sleeves up over here. And I've always used that analogy when I talk about Sam. At Walmart, you wear the jacket, not literally, but you wear the jacket. Sam's, you roll your sleeve up because you're item merchants.
Yeah.
And it's, to your point, you've only got room for 100. So if you're bringing in five have to go. Right. It really get kind of down and dirty.
Yeah.
That has to be fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Sam's Club is an environment of entrepreneurship, right? Like our merchants are literally driving their business every single day from the ground up. And I think it is so fun because of the speed and the agility within the framework that we get to operate in.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Been fun to watch. I was never blessed to be in the club. I thought you had to graduate to be in the club. Some of us, I guess, just start in the club. You've always been in the club. Congratulations, Kaity.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, it's been awesome to work together. Awesome to find ways to innovate on behalf of the member. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of different when you're able to be selective, and help make choices, on purpose.
Yeah. And I think the other cool thing about Sam's Club in general, though, is how closely we do work with Walmart.
Right?
Yeah.
We are an enterprise, and if Walmart wins, I win, and vice versa. And so I think that's the other cool thing is we can take learnings from the Walmart side, we can take learnings from the Sam's Club side, and we can share, and we can be better together. And at Sam's, we have access to the enterprise and what is kind of leveraged from a technology standpoint, from a logistics standpoint,
for sure,
infrastructure standpoint. Like all of that is within our realm of possibility, and it is another added benefit to the ways of working at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Anything exciting that you're able to share about, like, new things? You mentioned some, expansion to express delivery happening, or I'm sure there are some members listening that might not live in Northwest Arkansas. As far as what else is coming from Sam's?
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting items coming. So over the next, call it 2 months in the wellness space, we'll have over 100 new items hit.
No kidding.
Between in-club and online. Yeah, we've got resets happening. New items are transitioning. So lots and lots of new items coming. We are continuing to focus on the site experience right now. We've been through some migrations with data and things like that.
Yeah.
And we're kind of finessing all of that now. And so there's going to be new capabilities that roll out from a site experience standpoint. Delivery is only going to get better, right?
Yeah.
And again, club experience is continuing to improve day in and day out. And I'm really proud of what the operators are doing there to deliver.
Love that. Yeah. And looking at the quarterly results, it's been there for quite a few months now. Sam's is on a roll.
Yeah, the momentum is going.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, we are approaching time. So like to end with a lightning round.
Okay, let's go.
So we'll start with the evergreen. What are you reading, listening to, consuming right now that's kind of informing your world?
Oh man. Okay. So this is gonna sound, well, I'm just gonna come out with it. So Latrice came back over, and day one she started talking about Made in America book. and I try and read it every year.
Sam Walton's.
Yeah, Sam Walton's book. It's been a year since I read it, so I picked that book back up 2 weeks ago, and
Nice.
I am almost finished with that. What am I listening to? I listen to everything. So I think that's part of being curious and being a merchant at heart.
Yeah.
And so I'm all over anything that is a wellness podcast. I'm all over anything that is a business podcast. I also love a good true crime podcast.
Yeah,
Like if
there you
I'm
go.
on the treadmill, that's what's happening.
Yeah. True crime's
Because
happening.
I gotta like disassociate from what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a high focus for me. And then also like I am in the trenches of just social commerce and what's happening out there. Right. And so every night from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock after I put my kids to bed, I call it my hour of like study. And I just go check out other retailer sites. I check out social. I check out literally anything on my phone that I can get my hands on and see how people are talking about things, what items are trending, what need states are out there. I read Reddit a lot, things like that. Just stay curious.
Love it. I get to ask the fun question. Biggest retail blunder. They may still be in back rooms somewhere being sold through.
Listen, I tell people a lot, like there's no such thing as a bad item. There's just an item before it's time.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was the assistant buyer for tabletop and trash, and I have been in a Pottery Barn. I've been in a Williams Sonoma, which is gathering inspiration for tabletop, and hammered plates were in at the time. And so I came back and I was like, we should create a hammered plate that's plastic and disposable. Very elegant, like very bougie. So we did. We launched it in pallets, and no one bought it.
Yeah, it was going to be huge.
It was going to be huge. It turns out no one bought it until it was like $2.91.
Yeah.
And then they bought all of it. And then in turn, the core SKU of a plastic plate that I had sold nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So I killed that business, the seasonal business.
Cool.
Hello, A-Bar. Yeah, it was a nightmare. I learned so much.
Oh, man.
That. Sometimes just because it's a trend doesn't mean that the customer is going to purchase it. And again, that's the balance of curation, right? Like that was a first-in-class example of, do we need 2 plastic plates at Sam's Club? We sure don't.
Yeah.
Right?
But you just don't learn on a win. You learn on a fail.
Yeah. And
Get better.
I also didn't ask the member, right? Like I didn't sit back and say, is there an actual demand for this in a plastic plate? I didn't go back to the member. That was miss number 1.
Yeah.
And so ironically enough, the senior buyer that I worked for at the time, he gifted me at my wedding a pack of hammered plates.
Come on.
He got it at the Sam's Club for $2.
I say for a great price.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that was a humbling experience.
So awesome. I love that.
And then just to wrap it up, what are you looking forward to over the next year, or the next 12 months? What beyond your day-to-day passions of people, product,
And innovation.
PPIs.
What are some things in the next year that have you pretty juiced?
Yeah, y'all, I'm so excited about the run Sam's Club is on. I think that the way we are changing the game from an item standpoint, the way that we are delivering a frictionless experience for the member, and then the people that we have working on this. Like we had an item parade yesterday, and I got to sit back and listen to probably 30 items go up on stage and just talk about the why behind the item and what it was solving for. And I cannot wait for our members to walk down the aisles.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I also can't wait for more brands to come and talk to us, right? Because our members are hungry for new brands, and they're hungry for a product, not a broad assortment. They're hungry for an assortment that solves problems for them in the retail environment. And Sam's Club can do that. And so I'm just really, really excited about that.
Yeah. For the brands that are like maybe on the edge, or like this might be worth the conversation, like what steps should they take?
Yeah, I think they should absolutely reach out to us, right? Whether that's on LinkedIn, whether that's an email, however, whatever format that looks like, but we'd love to have a conversation.
Yeah. I think there's just a belief out there of like not available. It's like, no, are you kidding me? We're always hunting.
We are always
This is like, we're trying to serve the member. Like this is what we're here for.
We are.
Awesome.
We want to talk to brands, right? Because we know, again, we're listening to our members. We know exactly what they're asking for. And so it's up to us to go find the thing and bring it to life.
So when we post this short, like reply.
Reply. That's right.
Send her a note.
Reply.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Katie.
Thank you.
Thank you
guys
so
for
much.
having me.
This is great.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you all for listening. As always, you can find all of our episodes on our website at highimpactanalytics.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you.